So you take your cat to the groomer thinking you're doing the absolute best thing for them, right? To keep them clean, healthy, and comfortable. But what if that close shave you think looks so neat and tidy is actually causing them a ton of hidden stress? Today, we're going to flip the script and look at grooming from your cat's point of view.
I mean, we just assume a professional groom is a good thing, but for your cat, the whole experience can be, well, pretty terrifying. And it's so important for us as their owners to understand exactly why. Think about it. Cats love routine. They love their territory. A grooming salon is the total opposite of that. It's a complete sensory overload. You've got buzzing clippers, other animals, strange hands all over them, and on top of all that, they have to be held down. Now, groomers use a specific technique for this, and while it's totally necessary, it's also where the problems can begin. I know, the word restraint sounds a little scary, doesn't it? But in grooming, it's all about safety. A cat's skin is incredibly loose and stretchy, so if a groomer doesn't gently pull it taut, the clippers could easily nick or cut them. So it's a vital technique to keep them safe. But it's the closeness of the shave that this enables where the real issues start to pop up. So here's the thing. The issue isn't really the grooming itself. It's this quest for that perfectly smooth, down-to-the-skin shave. So many of us think that's what clean looks like. But that look, it can come with some pretty serious hidden costs for your cat's health.
The industry standard is often a 1.6 millimeter shave. I mean, that is incredibly short. In fact, it's sometimes called a boiled chicken cut because, well, the cat's pink skin is almost completely visible. It might look clean to us, but for a cat, this level of exposure can be a real trigger for some major problems.
And here's the kicker. Your cat can't come home and tell you, hey, I feel really weird and exposed. They show you in other ways. So let's dive into the 3 most common side effects of a shave that's just too close for comfort.
First up, we have overgrooming. A cat's whole world revolves around its fur. When it's suddenly gone, that sensation is really strange and stressful. So to cope, they might start obsessively licking one spot over and over and over. It's a way to self-soothe, but it can quickly lead to raw, irritated skin and even painful open sores. Now this is just wild. The biology of a cat's coat is amazing. A single hair follicle can sprout up to 45 individual hairs. It's incredibly dense and delicate. Shaving way too close can actually damage those tiny follicles, and the result? The fur can grow back all patchy, kind of like a dandelion that's gone to seed. In some really bad cases, it might not grow back right at all until their next big seasonal shed. And finally, there's a big risk of skin allergies. The trauma from the clippers and that sudden skin exposure can kick off an allergic reaction. This is especially common for cats getting their first shave, or ones that already have a weaker immune system. You might see them pulling at their fur or licking constantly, and you know what that means: another stressful trip to the vet.
Okay, so that's all the scary stuff. But don't worry, the good news is there's a really simple, super effective, and much safer alternative. It's a tiny change in length that makes a world of difference for your cat's health.
This chart just lays it all out perfectly. On the left, you've got that standard 1.6 millimeter shave. Skin is exposed, vulnerable, and there's a much higher risk of all those problems we just talked about. But look to the right. The 3 millimeter shave leaves a protective layer of fur. This means a way lower risk of side effects, and it even makes the grooming process itself less stressful, because the groomer doesn't have to stretch the skin as aggressively. It's a win-win. Honestly, the best way to think about it is like this. That 3 millimeter length leaves a soft, thin layer of clothing on your cat. It gives them all the benefits of a shorter coat, like staying cool, without that shocking, vulnerable feeling of being totally naked. It's a simple change, but it makes a huge difference in their comfort.
So, what can you actually do about all this? Well, as the owner, you're the most important person in this whole equation. Being prepared and knowing what to ask for can literally transform your cat's grooming experience. Here are the key things you need to do.
Okay, first, the carrier. A simple thing, but covering it with a cloth can be a game changer for keeping your cat calm on the way there. Second, give your groomer the health basics. Are they neutered, up to date on shots? Third, be totally open about any skin conditions or if they go outside, because that could mean fleas. And finally, this is the most important part, you have to have the conversation. Specifically ask your groomer, hey, can you use a 3mm blade? You have to be your cat's advocate.
When you boil it all down, this whole thing is about a really simple choice. It's about shifting our mindset away from what looks perfectly manicured to us and toward what actually feels safe and comfortable for our pets. And this quote just says it all, really. When we learn this stuff and we share it and we talk to our groomers about it,
That's how we speak for our cats. They can't tell us what they need, so it's up to us. This knowledge is how we protect them. So I want to leave you with this one question to chew on. What does a truly good groom actually look like? Is it one that's perfectly smooth and looks clean to our human eyes? Or is it one that leaves your cat feeling safe, healthy, and, most of all, secure in its own skin? I think the answer might just change how you think about grooming forever.